Let's move on to some movie stuff here, Roxy, before we get to these questions. Thunderbolts, this is coming out, next week, I think? I think it is. But Thunderbolts director explains why oh, no, wait, that's not the one I wanted to bring up. Damn it.
Have you seen this?
I did not get to go last night. I'm supposed to go Monday, but we will see if the situation works out, because I might drive up to LA to see it in Burbank at the IMAX. We will see. But
I haven't copped that invite yet. I want to see this so bad.
Well, last night there were free screenings all over the country, including LA at the Grove. They had a free screening. You had to get the notice from Fandango and then apply, and they would have approved whoever got there.
Thanks for letting me know.
I know. Following the film's premiere in London, reactions from Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts movie are in, and it looks as though they might have a winner. This is the whole cast. I don't need to go through the whole cast, but it follows a group of MCU anti-heroes forced to work together on a dangerous mission after being caught in a deadly trap. Reviewers aren't out for a while yet, and premiere reactions are inevitably more gushingly positive than actual reviews. That's very true. But the praise handed out here seems to mostly target the darker tone, the depth of these characters, along with plenty of praise for the actors with Florence Pugh, especially, as well as Lewis Pullman, getting singled out. Here's one from Matt Neglia at Best Picture, my brother there. He says, in many ways different from other MCU films that have come before it, and that freshness couldn't have arrived at a more opportune time. It's some of Marvel's darkest material to date, dealing with the emotional wreckage of broken individuals grappling with their past choices and finding camaraderie amidst the emptiness of their lives. Pugh carries much of the dramatic weight of the movie on her back. That seemed to be clear from the trailer, while Lewis Pullman delivers a complex performance as a sympathetic character at war with himself. Emily Murray over at Total Film. Well, Thunderbolts is easily one of the best MCU movies in a long time, and maybe one of my personal faves. Has so much spark, charisma, and tells a genuinely emotional story you can connect with. A tear was shed. Florence Pugh in particular, superb, just walks away with it. Randy Jones' Den of Geek, finally a Marvel movie that treats mental health and depression as a serious matter and not like undercutting it for the sake of a quip. A legit good character ensemble piece with a compelling Florence Pugh and Lewis Pullman performance in the center. Yay. I liked it. I was trying to find somebody else we know. Sean Chandler, who's been a guest on the show a couple of weeks ago. I really dug Thunderbolts. It's overtly about depression, loneliness, and purpose. The whole point is they're reject characters. 2/3 mostly ground action, and 1/3 a horror-influenced nightmare. Wow. Feels like the MCU is coming together and building towards something again. So, Roxy, you hear these reactions, or you see these reactions. What are your thoughts? Does this excite you for the movie? Dealing with mental health, dealing with depression, and some darkness here.
All right, let's talk about Stitch Fix. I know shopping's hard. I know it is. I found a much better way to do it, though. Stitch Fix, online personal styling, and makes it so easy. I'm not a shopping person. Doesn't matter. Even if I can figure out my size, stores never seem to really have what I need in stock. Then I'm not a crowds person. I'm not a lines person. I don't have the time for it. Stitch Fix, it gets you a stylist who understands your style, understands the size, gets the budget. They do all the shopping for you. So I just give my stylist the one that I have right now. I give them the size, I give them the style, I give the budget preferences. I order boxes when I want, how I want, no subscription required. And he just sends me for pieces, pluses, outfit recommendations, styling tips. It's awesome. I keep what works, and then I send back the rest. It's very easy. There's no stores, there's no crowds, there's no stress. Just personalized looks that you're going to love. Stitch Fix makes it all so easy. And it looks like you know what you're doing, too. If you're walking around, you go, hey, look at you. You're in style. I said, I know, right? And then I give Stitch Fix some props. Anyway, make style easy. Get started today at stitchfix.com/KHS. One more time, stitchfix.com/KHS.
I'm really excited for this movie. I was really excited from the Super Bowl trailer for this movie. That got me amped on this. The reactions are stellar. It seems like people love this. The ones you read, plus a bunch of our friends, mutual friends who have seen it, who are saying this is phenomenal. Best of the years for the MCU. So I am really, really excited. I guess being super excited always makes me a little nervous.
Yeah, right. Is it going to live up to the hype? Yeah.
So I feel all of the things right now, and I really hope that I'm able to see this, because if I don't be on that screening live, I don't know when that weekend I'm slammed. So I'm like, when am I going to be able to see this movie? How about you? How are you feeling?
I like the reactions, and we're getting reactions from people who weren't just at the premiere. We're getting reactions from people who showed up at those free screenings around the country. And so you're getting a good mixture. I think they've seen some people like Flickinger pointed out, like it starts out well, the second half isn't, it gets a bit formulaic. So I've seen some not so glowingly positive reviews, but certainly positive reviews, though generally overall. So that gets me excited. And I sense from that last trailer that it was going to be an emotional journey for Florence Pugh, and that I think, as someone who has struggled with mental health and mental health issues, the fact that they are putting this front and center in the movie, and that scene in the trailer where she says to him, "I've made so many mistakes," and Red Guardian looks at her and goes, "When I look at you, I don't see those mistakes. I just see you." That's devastatingly beautiful. And so for me, if that's the energy of the film, and smartly Florence Pugh as the best actress, in my opinion, of everybody in there, or best actor period of anybody in there, she's the one carrying that narrative, then I'm excited to see the film and what it's going to do. So yeah, I'm curious and excited at the same time. So we'll see.
Going through the list of actors in this, it's interesting that you think that Florence Pugh, like you have a definitive who's the best actor of the Thunderbolts.
Yes, I will say Florence Pugh.
Who would be your second?
Probably Sebastian Stan, and then Harbor after him. And then I guess JL, but I guess you could argue, but I don't know if I could argue JLD. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. I could put her in third or fourth. You could make an argument about third or fourth, because it becomes about lead and character actor, right? I mean, like Florence is a lead, JLD is a lead. Harbor's not really a lead. Sebastian Stan has proved himself.
Do you mean in this movie, or do you mean in life?
I mean, in overall in their projects, right? Harbor is rarely a lead, although you would argue Stranger Things, but that's really all the kids and him. So it's more of a kind of a mix. Just really, I think it's more Millie Bobby Brown who's the lead of Stranger Things, in my opinion. But I defer to you if you think I'm wrong. But like, this is how I kind of look at it, And you're asking me on the fly to just.
I know it's tough, because then we'll have these conversations, and then somebody will hold this over your head for the next 50 years.
Totally. I won't get to interview Wyatt Russell ever again.
David Harbour does like some movie where he's the lead, and then you're posted everywhere like, Rocha said he's not a lead. He's not a lead. But no, I just think it is cool that you give Florence Pugh that many flowers. I love Florence Pugh as well. I think she's so unbelievably talented. It's just hard. It's hard to rank actors. I think they're all really good. There's nobody in this movie that I'm like, that's not a powerful actor. I just haven't seen enough of Wyatt Russell yet to compare him. I've obviously seen him, but time will tell with him. And then JLD has like the legacy for me. But she
pops up in some really great independent films. Like her what was the one? Can you forgive me, or whatever it was, the one, or you hurt my feelings?
So good. You hurt my feelings.
You hurt my feelings. Such a good
movie. Good. Or she was hysterical in You People. She's really, I think she's just excellent. She's excellent.
I gotta see that horror one where she's seeing her son is seeing, or her daughter is seeing that red bird that is messing with her life, so dealing with the death of someone. So I got to see that as well.
I haven't seen it.
I think it's on Netflix or somewhere. I host a show called The Top 10, so ranking people, it's just like a natural thing for me. So, but I also get in trouble for it. But anyway, let's move on.